Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the 2023 summit launch. We'll be recording tonight's launch, so anyone who can make it tonight will be able to tune in. And I just want to thank everybody here for coming tonight. And I have Sheila here to do a minute.
Our campuses reside on the unceded territories of the Akwán, Pontaquan, and Chickaquan on Thika Island, also known as Juneau, Ketchikan, and Sitka, Alaska. We acknowledge that Tlingit peoples have been stewards of the land on which we work and reside since time immemorial, and we are grateful for that stewardship and incredible care. We also recognize that our campuses are adjacent to the ancestral home of the Haidas and Tsimshian, and we commit to serving their peoples and with equity and care. We recognize a series of unjust actions that attempted to remove them from their land, which includes forced relocations and the burning of villages. We honor the relationships that exist between Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian peoples, and their sovereign relationships to their lands, their languages, their ancestors, and future generations. We aspire to work toward healing and liberation, recognizing our paths are intertwined in the complex histories of colonization in Alaska. We acknowledge that we arrived here by listening to the people's elders' lessons from the past, and these stories carry us as we weave a healthier world for future generations. Now, we would like to open this launch by inviting Chancellor Karen Carey up to say a few words.
Thank you. I'm Karen Carey. I'm the chancellor here at UAS, and I'm wearing this today because I have a little bit of a cold or something going on, and I don't want to get anybody else sick. But I did test for COVID. I don't have COVID. But I'm really excited about this. This is, we haven't been together in so long, and this is our first in-person launch of the summit. And the summit just looks amazing. I can't wait to go home tonight and read the stories in there. I was just looking through the table of contents, and students, you're amazing. You're all amazing. And I need to thank the faculty mentors. Without you, these young people wouldn't be able to do the great work that they do. So thank you, faculty, very much, much appreciated. So enjoy. I think we're gonna have some readings tonight. Is that right? Yeah. So let's get on with that. That's what everybody's really interested in. So thank you and enjoy.
Thank you.
Hello again. So I have a few introductions that we are going to go over today. So I wanted to introduce some very important people that were involved in making tonight happen. And then later on, we'll go over a bit of the history of Summit. We'll talk about the cover, some words of wisdom from the amazing Jessie Goodman, my wonderful boss. She's the writing specialist and staff advisor at the Writing Center. And our dedicatee for this year's journal will also be speaking. And then last but certainly not least, the Ernest C. Hayes Award for Excellence in Academic Writing, which is Jack. So first I guess I'll introduce myself. I am Sophia Guillaume. I'm an English major here at UAS, and I submitted to Summit this year. And I work at the Writing Center. I'm a tutor, and I would like to invite Shaylee to introduce herself. We'll just go down the line.
Hello, everyone. My name is Shannon Grace Moeller, and I'm a double major in English and Environmental Studies here at UAS.
Can you make sure you're speaking into the mic so I can hear you?
Hello, everyone. Is that better? My name is Shailene Grace Moeller, and I'm a double major in English and Environmental Studies here at UAS, and I'll be graduating this May. Can I please invite Francesca Johnson?
Hi, everyone. I am Francesca Johnson. I am a marine biology major here at UAS in my second year. I've been working at the Writing Center for over a year now, and I'm glad to be part of this team. And I would like to pass off the mic to Adonis.
Hi everyone, my name is Adonis Scalia. I'm a marine biology major with a minor in creative writing. I've been working at the Writing Center for a little bit over a month, and I'm really glad to have this job and spend a little bit of time working on summits. Autumn. My name is Autumn Daigle. I'm an English major with an emphasis in literature, and I've worked at the Writing Center a little over a year, I think, and such a great team, and I'm really excited to be here with all of them. And we're going to miss Shaylee very much next year as she graduates and leaves our team, but everyone else I think is sticking around. So excited to work with these people again. Yeah, him again.
Okay. Okay, so I would also like to invite Amy. Sorry, I got mixed up. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
There are just too many wonderful tutors. It's great.
Me, I'm AJ. What? Okay, I'm an English major at UAS with an emphasis in creative writing, and I'm in the same boat as Adonis. I've been working here at the Writing Center for a little over a month, and it's been fantastic meeting all these wonderful people and working on these things and tutoring all of you guys. So yeah, thank you.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? I'm Jessie Goodman. I am a writing specialist. My voice has been gone for this month, and today it's the best it's been, so I take it as a sign that it's going to be a really successful event. I'm a writing specialist at the UAS Juneau Writing Center. Teach a little English class here and there, and I have been at UAS for a little over, gosh, almost 2.5 years now. This is my very first in-person summit launch, though, so I'm super stoked to be here and to have a wonderful microphone in my face. That works. Thank you so much, and thank you to Gloria also for being our tech group for today. You'll hear them a little more later, but I just want to give love to my tutors because they make my job awesome. So.
Okay, I'm back again. So I wanted to go over a couple thank yous that we have just from the Writing Center. So I wanted to acknowledge and thank Ernestine Hayes, who is the namesake of our contest, and our faculty judges, which are Heather Ida Burge, Forrest Haven, Heidi Pearson, and Jo Marie Alba. Thank you to our student judges, which were Sean Price and Sela Judge. We also want to give a shout out to the fabulous Jay Shapansky for encouraging his students to submit. So we had 4 students published this year, so that is a very big feat. And thank you to the library staff for all their support. Thank you to Elise Tomlinson, our library queen. And thank you to the UAS student government for funding the Ernestine Hayes Award. And of course, a huge thank you to our writing specialist, Jessie Goodman. And thank you to Chancellor Karen Carey, Provost Maren Hovig, and the Dean of Arts and Sciences, Karen Silkaitis. Lastly, we want to thank Allison Crine for working her creative magic on getting the covers ready for printing. And next, I would like to invite Autumn up to talk about the cover. Here's Autumn.
So the inspiration for Summit is like we always use the symbol of a mountain, and it's a little bit of trouble to get creative with that one. We settled on using a different medium for the cover each year. So 2 years ago for the digital launch, it was just a digital cover, and then last year I did like a monocut block print. And this year, me and Casey Lee Motes, who is not here, but he did a wonderful job. We did a collaborative cover. Casey Lee did some berries that are native to this part of Alaska, and I did this background, which is based on Homer, Alaska, and we just thought it represented the collaborative nature of the Writing Center and how our students come together to support one another to create this journal. So thank you.
Okay, I would also like to ask Jessie to come up here to speak a few words. Sorry, this is kind of clunky with me jumping up here. But here's Jessie.
All right, so I'm gonna read you guys my note, the writing specialist note that I write every year for the forward. And then I'm gonna speak a little more freely and just say some things and gush a little bit and hopefully not get too emotional. So you can read it on, you can have a copy. It's good to find something new to say each year because I'm always proud, I'm always excited, but this team is just, it's awesome. And I hope that I can honor them, as well, because I did last year's team, was also awesome. And I just feel very lucky to have new tutors and veteran ones that are just phenomenal. I don't know really what to say except for a bunch of good adjectives. So here we go. Last year's edition of Summit was the first time the Writing Center released a physical copy of the journal, and we are so excited to offer you another one for 2023. For Summit's forward last year, I wrote about how proud I was of the writing tutors who put this journal together and of all the UAS students that they serve. Not much has changed on that front, except that I'm somehow even more proud of what these students have accomplished, and what I know they are capable of going forward. Every year, they blow me away with their talent, passion, and knowledge. I've learned so much from all of them, and every year they reach a new summit. While this journal is representing the high peak of academic achievement, I see it as a foothill for our students because they are going to continue to ascend. They're going to reach greater altitudes of success, and I can't wait to hear from them as they return and tell me what they've been up to. We have a very small student body here, but their accomplishments will be many. I don't have to be psychic to know that the passion with which our students approach their interests will lead them to do great things and have great impact on others. After working at the UAS Writing Center for more than 2 years, I'm beginning to have to say goodbye to students I've gotten close to as they prepare to move on to the next mountain to climb. I'm thankful to have this book to hold in my hands, to remember them all and all the wonderful things that they're about. So I'd like to give a few shout outs. I want to take a few moments to thank my coworkers in the library. It takes a village to raise a baby like Summit, and the library staff are our village. So thank you to Jerry and her admin magic and for getting those books ordered and getting the snacks. I'm proud of that for managing the Writing Center. We have to all put our heads together for the tutor meetings. We really appreciate that. Cindy and Jonas, they helped us advertise and put flyers and basically just say, hey, Summit's a thing, submit. And here it is. Also we've got the learning centers, Dave and Augie, for letting the tutors work out there. That'd be a second home when I'm not in the writing center myself. And Mary Glaze for her social media support and general moral support as well. And then of course, Jen Ward, David Cox, the library assistants, everyone who makes the library run. I feel very lucky to be part of that team. And I feel very happy that the tutors are sort of the junior members of those teams because you guys are just an awesome addition to the library. I want to give a very special shout out, you know who you are, to Elise Tomlinson, because she has gone above and beyond to support us. She is as excited about this as we are and just pulled some technical magic out of nowhere because this thing it's a little stressful for all of us. We're writers. We're not necessarily, book layout artists and technicians. And we needed some hand holding there. We really appreciate Elise for stepping in even when you're out of town. So thank you for making this happen. And Autumn also didn't really give herself enough credit. Not only did she design for the cover, but she also did a huge chunk of the layout of this book. And it was a learning experience and you did an awesome job. All the teachers. You guys are phenomenal and talented, and I just am blown away about all your skills and interests and hobbies and how cool and fun you are. And even though I'm not in college anymore, I feel like you guys are college buddies. It's just an honor to watch you guys grow and develop and explore your interests and see your wonderful interactions with the students. It really makes my heart grow 3 sizes every time I eavesdrop on a tutoring session because you don't leave anyone unhappy. They feel better after they talk to you. And you guys just make my job a great joy. So thank you. Which brings me to our dedicatee this year. We won't make her say too much. The legendary Shailene Grace Moeller. She's worked for the Writing Center for 2 years. She was my first real official full-time or full, student employee hire. I think I did a good job. She's graduating in a few weeks, which is against my will, but I don't really have a lot to say in it. She really never ceases to impress me, and I'm a little bit in denial that she's leaving us. That said, I am so proud of all she's done since moving to Juneau from Cake, and even more excited to see what kind of adventures that she has coming up. So just promise she'll come back and visit us. If I need to see her around, tell her to come say hi. And Shailene, we have a special dedicatee copy of Summit for you. We all wrote little notes. On the side, so please come accept your special copy.
I'm not gonna say too much, because if I talk, like when I get emotional, I can't really speak. But I definitely want to thank the team for doing this dedication. I had absolutely no idea they were dedicating it to me until like late yesterday afternoon. I was like crying on the couch. But yeah, I've made a lot of really good friendships at the Writing Center. I really loved my time working there. So it's just like, thank you guys so much.
Biggest cry sheet.
Okay, so I would just like to briefly go over the history of Summit for you guys to give a little background. So Ernest and Hayes Award for Excellence in Academic Writing. This award, named after Professor Emerita Ernestine Hayes, strives to honor the commitments that she made towards student achievement and the craft of writing. The paper that exhibits the strongest mastery of the core competencies is the recipient. These competencies are knowledge of the subject, information literacy, critical thinking, professionalism in writing, and an impactful topic in presentation. And with that, I have a very special guest, Jack Imel, who is the recipient this year. He is an English major here at UAS who enjoys blue cheese, jazz music, and has an awesome mustache. With that, I'm gonna hand over to Jack.
Hello, everyone. I feel so honored to have received the Ernestine Hayes Award, which makes me feel very warm inside. I'd like to thank, again, Professor Jay Shapansky, as well as all the kind UAS Writing Center staff members for peer pressuring, as Jesse would say, peer pressuring me into Summit. Without their encouragement, this essay probably wouldn't have seen a light of day, let alone be published anywhere. And I feel so happy to have it be published in our own academic journal. I'd also like to thank the editors and student faculty judges of Summit who made this edition possible this year. With that, I'm going to be reading the introductory paragraph from my essay titled "We're Cursed to Whiteness, Class Struggle, and Reparations in Atlanta." The institution of slavery haunts America with historical traumas and contemporary iniquities that often appear insurmountable. However, the historical baggage of slavery weighs heavier on descendants of the enslaved than descendants of slave owners. As a result, a rift in collective memories become a dominant influence on often polarized national discourses around slavery, institutional racism, and the prospect of reparations. As a television series, Donald Glover's Atlanta has a tradition of portraying nuanced, uncomfortable issues of race and class in a confrontational, but yet non-pontifical manner. Season 3's The Big Payback earns its place as perhaps one of the most archetypal instances of this tradition by exploring the dilemma of reparations through an uncharacteristically humorless vignette. This episode interrogates the viewer through inversion, challenging current assumptions about the implementation of reparations by illustrating a world in which descendants of enslaved people gain legal footing to sue descendants of slave owners for monetary amends. This results in a reversal of the privileged persecuted dichotomy of whiteness and blackness to a significant extent. The narrative argues that confronting our history of slavery is inevitable, while challenging the commonly held belief that this history is a curse that can only affect Black Americans. And that's it for me. Thank you very much.
Okay, so after that, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about submitting to Summit and all that kind of good stuff for next year. So Summit will consider submissions from any current undergraduate student taking courses through any of 3 UAS campuses. The submissions must be coursework from the spring semester or fall semesters of 2023 and up to the submission deadline of spring 2024. And you can donate to and support both the Writing Center and future editions of Summit. You can do so by scanning those QR codes all around the room, and there's some at the door. And you can also use, we don't have a screen, okay. Any support would be greatly appreciated. And if you're interested in reading Summit, it will be available in the libraries both physically and digitally. We also have copies here to distribute for everybody. And I believe that is everything for tonight. So thank you everyone for coming. Hope you had a great time. We did.
And I just want to say there's a beautiful art show upstairs, so we want to be a funnel for them. So we got this a short and sweet launch. We hope that you take that time to go home and read the book. And if you were involved, come and get your copy. Thank you again to the awesome tutors.